Okay, so in this demo, we're going to be going over the whole process for you guys to do your milestone. Just to recap for the class, you will be you have the option to follow along with me on the milestones. The specifications of them are fairly simple, but then you will take your milestone and expand that into a project. And for the project itself, you will make your own decisions past that point, so that you don't all end up, or we don't all end up, with the exact same project. So I'm going to go ahead and hit new. We're going to open up an architectural template and we'll get started. So in the previous demo I showed you guys, we did a 10 by 10 house, and something that will help you guys actually with this, because you're going to be working on a 10 by 10 grid, is to click on this datum grid option right here. So datum grid in the architecture menu. And, oops, nope, don't click on that. Grid, okay. So then we have it defaults to this line option right here. We've got offset. Most of this is fairly simple. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click and kind of up in this area. You can see where I am in relation to those. We need a fairly large space for this. So I'm going to draw one datum line right there. And then I'm going to hit escape and cancel out of here. I'm going to select it. And I'm going to do an array. So I'm going to click on the array button here. We're going to drag this out 10 feet. And I'm just going to type that in. And then we're going to do 5 for the pattern there. It's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we'll do 6 because we need one more in here. So we've got 6 of those, and then just like the last time, I'm going to select them all, hit ungroup so that they don't do weird things. And then I'm going to come back again, do another grid, and I'm going to do it the opposite direction. So I'm going to go, in this case, right to left. Before I do anything else, I'm going to change this to A, just to show you guys a cool feature that Revit does. So that's A. And then again, I'm going to create another array. I'm going to have it come down 10 feet, multiply 6 times, and you can see that instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this one took the A that I put in there and increased it by numbers. All right. Something cool that Revit does when you're doing this. It does it a couple other spots too. If I think about it when we get there, I'll mention it. So throw down this datum line, or this datum grid right here, so that you have it. It doesn't need to be lined up super perfect, just as long as you have a little bit of overlap on the edges there. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring up another wall here. And then I'm going to go through the same process of building this as a functioning exterior wall. Give me a minute and I'll do that kind of off camera. Okay, so I'm back now through a little bit of magic. Here we are. We have a fully configured exterior wall. Feel free to pause and steal those exact settings. Completely fine with that for this. So I'm going to hit OK, apply, and OK, and we have the wall that we're going to work with. Now, for this, make sure you use the wall center line when you are drawing these. Every time you want to use the location line as the wall center line. And then I'm going to draw one set of 10 by 10 on the wall center line right here in the center. And then we're going to do the same process that we did in the previous video. If I was smart, I would have saved that, but I am not. So level 1, we're going to draw the floor here. Level 2, we're going to draw, finish drawing that one. And then level 2, start another floor. And same thing. So stick to that 10 by 10 grid with things, because that's what you're going to have to do in this project. And you'll see what the project is next week. So just believe me on that. So then, all right, so let's do a ceiling. And real quick, we'll also just duplicate this ceiling. We're going to call this ceiling 1 for now. And then we're going to change this from ACT to gypsum. Apply OK, and automatic sketch into the room itself. And then we'll throw a door on here. So we'll go to 3D view just to see what I'm doing. Tile views. Let's see, level 1. We'll put it, again, I'll just do it right here, I guess. There's a door. And then we'll go back here and we'll get a window. And we will put this window here. Let's see, what is that? 4, 4. Boom, right there. Okay. So we got a door and a window. The next thing we need to do is, did I put that on the wrong floor? Let's move this. Oh wait, there it is. Move this down to level 1. Put the ceiling on the wrong level. Um, happens to all of us. Okay, so just double checking. We have floor, ceiling, floor. We're going to set the top constraint here to level 2. And then we're going to do a little bit of extra stuff here that I haven't shown you guys quite how to do yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another wall, same wall, and I'm going to draw another set over here of the same wall. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take those 3 walls that we just drew, and we're going to change the settings. So we're going to set our base offset here. It's going to be 8 foot. Top constraint is going to be level 2. So what we're going to end up with is this little stretched over section here, okay? And then next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this floor that's right here. We're going to edit the boundary, and if I could tell which direction I was looking at, here we go. So here I'm going to drag this out and extend this floor over to here. And then green check mark to close that out. Don't attach. And then, is this still at, oh, I didn't adjust this, so 1/2 inch, so 0.5 inches for the height offset. Get rid of the glitchy effect right there. And then we need to have a ceiling under here for the fact that you can't just have like joists exposed. So we're going to do a ceiling, and we're going to go into level 1. And actually, let's do it from level 2, and then we'll just move it down. So I'm going to do a ceiling, but I'm going to draw it slightly differently. So let me actually make this bigger. There we go. All right, so I'm going to draw it from the corner here, and then I'm going to have it line up with this corner right here, which should be the kind of bottom part of that wall. So I'm just going to extend that down. And then same thing, I'm going to drop a 1/2 inch off of here. So I'm going to do 7 foot 11.5 inches. And when we go back to our 3D view, now we have, let me actually turn this on. So now we have a small ceiling area here underneath the little extended area that we put here, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a set of stairs. And you can start this particular set of stairs kind of anywhere. It's fairly arbitrary where it's drawn. I'm just going to start drawing it right here. All I need is a straight set of stairs, doesn't matter where. I'm going to apply that, and then once it's placed, I'm going to take it and I'm going to just kind of drag it up here, and I want to line it up with, if it'll let me, and once you're in a certain point, you can just hit the arrow keys and snap it into position. So I'm going to line it up right there, and then I'm also going to try and kind of get it to, see if I can get one of these to line up right there. Perfect. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a in your milestone, I'm looking for this 10 by 10 grid. You should have 5 by 5 spaces available inside of that grid. I want one room, and that room is going to be a 10 by 10 wall center line on one of the grid spaces. I want to see a door and a window. I want to see an extension like this coming out of it, and then a set of stairs that leads up to it, not blocking the door. Okay? So that's all I'm looking for in this milestone. If you're going to do this milestone, then you are well prepared to do the first project, which is going to be a whole bunch of this. So, feel free to get started as soon as you watch this little preview, or if you were following along, hopefully you're done at this point. Should be a fairly short one. And I will see you guys in class.